Okay, this is 12.2. This one's about the pound, ounces, and tons. Okay, so how big is a pound? How much is ounce? How much is ton? Okay, well here's the way to think about it. Now, ounces are the smallest weight. Ounces are, if you want to weigh something that doesn't weigh very much, right? Maybe like a piece of fruit, or I don't know, let's say a cinnamon roll. I would use ounces to weigh the cinnamon roll. But if I was going to weigh myself, right? If I was going to weigh myself, how much do I weigh? Or how much does an animal weigh? Right? Some of you raise animals, raise pigs and chickens and goats and things like that for the livestock show. You would use pounds. How many pounds does it weigh? How many pounds does Mr. Bond weigh? I'm not going to tell you. Right? Now, if you're talking about something heavy, then you're going to want to use a ton. 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Okay? So this is like the size of a truck. Maybe your family has a 1-ton pickup truck, right? That means it has a payload. It can carry up to 2,000 pounds. Right? And so this is pretty heavy, 2,000 pounds, right? So when I eat my food in ounces. My weight is in pounds. How much can I pick up? Tons. Tons. Okay? Ounces, pounds, and tons. So we're going to do a little conversions of ounces, pounds, and tons. Right? Now, in my book, in my math book, I'm on page 167, 168. So if you're in your math book, open it up to 167, 168, and you can kind of follow along as we do the practice problems. Okay? We're going to do practice problems A and B on page 168. All right. The first one is 2 pounds equals how many ounces? Let's find out. Okay? 2 pounds, and notice the abbreviation for pounds is LB. Abbreviation for ounces is OZ. And ton, don't be so lazy, just spell it out each time. Right? There's no abbreviation for that. But we're going to do this conversion of 2 pounds equals blank ounces, right? 2 pounds equals blank ounces. 1 pound is 16. So, how do we get from 1 to 2? 1 times 2 is 2. I multiply this times 2, so I'm going to have to multiply this one times 2. 2 times 16 equals, I don't know my multiplications up to 16s. No problem. Do it like this, 16 times 2, right? 2 times 6 is 12, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Two pounds is 32 ounces. 16 plus 16, or 16 times 2, is 32. All right, excellent. We're going to erase that one. We're going to look at B on that same page 168. And let's see if that one's harder or not. I bet you it is. They always give you like one easy one and then one hard one. Oh my goodness. 1/4 of a ton is how many pounds? I don't know. Let's see. 1/4 of a ton is blank pounds. Now, I know a lot of you stress out when you see that fraction, but don't. It's just one extra step, okay? How do I get from 1 to 1/4? Multiply it times 1. 1 times 1/4 equals 1/4, because any number times itself is that number. If I multiply this times 1/4, I have to multiply this times 1/4? 1/4 times 2,000, because 1 ton equals 2,000. 1/4 times 2,000. Oh no! Do it like this, remember? 1/4 times 2,000 over 1. I always put that number over 1. It makes it look like a fraction and it doesn't change the value. Okay? 1 times 2,000 is 2,000. Okay? See, we're just doing our multiplications times 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay? If you put this in the blank, is it right? Yes. Is it what I want? No. All right. So here you go. Do this. 4 divided by 2,000. Okay? 4 divided by 2,000. This is the extra step. This is the only extra step right here. You have to do a division problem. How many times is 4 going to 20? Right? 4 times what is 20? 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay? Bring down the 0. Bring down 2 zeros. And look at that. 500. 500 times 4 is 2,000. So we stand back up. 1/4 of a ton is 500 pounds. Right? 500 pounds. 1/4. And that's the way you do it. All right. The next thing I'd like for you to do is I would like for you to flip the page of your math book to page 169. And let's do some converting with ounces. Right? This time they're going to give you lots and lots of ounces, and we're going to have to put it into pounds. Okay? So look at the example on that page 169. And I'm looking at A. Okay? And it says 45 ounces. 45 ounces equals blank pounds blank ounces. Okay? Now we know that 45 is much more than 16. Right? We know that 45 is much more than 16. So all we have to do is figure it out. Okay? So all you have to do is divide 16 into 45. Okay? I got my 16 from here, my 45 from here. Right? So all we have to do is divide it. How many times does 16 go into 45? We can try 2. 16 times 2. 2 times 16 is 32. Right? Then we can subtract it. And the reason I picked 2 is because I know it's not much more than 16. Right? So minus 32 to 5 take away 2 is 3. And that gives you 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. Right? Can I take 16 more away? No. So I know it's 2 pounds. And then my remainder is 13. It's the same thing as 2, remainder 13. 2 goes here, 13 goes here. So 45 ounces is 2 pounds, 13 ounces. Okay? Excellent. All right. There's one more that have an example here. 6,750 pounds. 6,750 pounds, I'm going to use LB, equal blank tons, blank pounds. Okay. Well, 2,000, oh yeah, that's much more than 2,000. Right. So let's divide it. Okay. Let's divide this one up. we're going to do 2,000. You take this number, you put it on the outside, divided by 6,750. Which sounds like, oh my goodness, there's no way I can do that big division problem. It's not that hard. Okay? 2,000, just look at the 2 and the 6. Right? How many times does 2 go into 6? 2, 4, 6. 3 times. Okay? So let's do that. 3 times. 3 times 2,000 is 6,000. 750 left over, right? I subtracted. 2,000, is there 2,000 more you can take out of that? No. So the answer is 3, remainder 750. The 3 goes here. The 750 goes here. Okay. And I didn't look at any of these numbers here, I just looked at the 6 and the 2. That's how I came up with that. Okay. All right. So practice those. Go back, watch these videos over and over again. And I would like for you to do number 3 through 6 in the guided learning on page 169 and 170. And in your workbook, you can do pages 109 through 115. Those are the practices that have to do with these. Okay? So do your workbook, page 109 through 115, and do those guided learnings. All right? Excellent.